Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alisha and I'm a Sew Crafty Teacher. Today is Work It Wednesday. I'm going to do a tutorial on step-by-step how to add an applique to a shirt. So please stay tuned, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. And let's get ready for some free 99 knowledge. Okay, so welcome to step 2 is to download the design you're going to use. So I am in Designs by Juju. I get a lot of my designs from here because they are high quality and they stitch out great. And I already know what design I'm going to use. So once you purchase something, it goes to my downloads. So you buy it, you're looking for it, you can find it in my orders or you can go to my downloads. I go to my downloads. So I'm going to click on my downloads. So I know that I'm going to do the bunny silhouette. So I'm going to type in bunny and then hit enter. So now I'm going to go up, find the design I'm going to use today. I'm going to do the Easter bunny silhouette. You wouldn't click here because it would just take you back to the description. You would click on download. If you're in download, you're going to go to PES. If you have a brother or a machine that uses PES. I have a brother and baby lock. Both of those machines use PES files. So now I'm going to my downloads. I'm going to open it. Okay, so now I'm in my downloads. I'm going to click on the first folder. It's going to give me an option. I'm going to do the bunny bow silhouette 5x7 PES. Click on that. You see down here, Brilliance is bouncing a little bit. It's opening in Embrilliance. Okay. I like to add a name to almost anything that I make, especially if it's for children. Now I'm going to type in the name. Click on the A. You're an A. I'm going to type the name Emma. So I'm going to use Emma, and I'm going to use my Magnolia Sky font for this design. I am going to use 1 1/4. So there's Emma. I'm not going to use this design. I'm going to use Magnolia Sky. So I'm going to go through all of my fonts. And I really just choose a font based on what I'm doing. So now I have Emma. Okay, so I have Emma. I kind of want the name to be close, the letters in the name to be closer together. So I'm going to go to space. So if I move it to the left, it's going to bring them close together. If I move them to the right, it's going to bring them further apart. Okay, so now that I have that, I love that it's connected. I may move this A over just a little bit. Okay, so now that I have that, I like to make my design the same size as the picture. So there's Emma. And now it's time to add my color. So going to click on the name, click on color, go to one color. I don't have pink already, so I have to look for it in threads. Palettes are the colors that are already in the design. So threads, I'm going to pink. I'm going to type in PINK. I'll hit go. And it's going to take me to all the different types of pinks in here. And sometimes they give you a variety because there's a lot of different variations of pink. So I am just going to, why is it not showing me? Okay, so these are all the different colors. So I'm just going to choose deep rose pink. I love deep rose. Okay, so I'm going to choose deep rose. Now, let's go to the bunny. The bunny, I'm going to go in and I'm only going to use 2 colors today, purple and pink. So those are the only 2 colors that I want in my design. Right now I have 5 colors and 8 steps. I'm going to use 2 needles only because I have 2 colors. So I'm just going to go to every one color. It's already in my palette, so I can just choose pink. And this one will be purple. And this one will be, so pink, purple, pink, purple. I'll keep doing that. and pink. And this is going to be pink. Okay, so my finishing design is going to be pink. And then my outline, I'm going to do a little purple in it. So I love the purple to show up in the pink. I'm going to do that. Alright, I'm going to do purple. So now I have my design the way I want it. Everything's here. I want to make sure everything is centered. I'm going to save it to my jump drive. I'm going to take it and save it to my jump drive. So I have my design. I'm going to save it. So I'm going to go to save as stitching and working. So I have a working file. I need to go back and make changes. And the stitching file is actually what I'm going to use. So I'm going to go, and my jump drive is loaded. It's the USB. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to name this Bunny. So I have that. I'm going to let it save. So step 1, you gather all of your materials. Step 2, you save. Step 3. Now you're going to prepare the materials you're going to use for the design. Let's go grab them. So this is going to be used for the bunny, and this is going to be used for the bunny's bow. So right now I'm just going to take it, I'm going to cut a piece. And you prep everything before you get started. You know what the colors you're going to use, you know what design you're going to use. Now it's time to prepare the material. Okay, so now you're going to cut the material. I don't know about how much I need for a 5x7 design. So I'm going to cut the material using this portion of a little Mickey dot. I'm going to move this to the side and put all that up when it's time. Then we're going to cut the other portion. This. So I'm cutting. These are all applique pieces. You need to have these ready before you do your applique. You don't want to stop in the middle of working on design. So now that I have my pieces cut, I'm going to add the heating bond. So I'm about to bolt the heating bond from Amazon. To do my heating bond, so I just lay it on top and cut it the same size as my fabric. Now I have my next piece. I just cut my Mickey dot, and I have this shiny part on top. So make sure you get your fabric. It's all lined up. So now you need to bond the heat and bond to the fabric. So the way you do that, you have to use heat. Heat. I have my Teflon sheet that I use for all my pieces. I'm just gonna put both pieces in here together. I use my Teflon sheet for things I need to add heat and bond to, because I don't want it to get stuck to the top of the heat press. So from there, take it, put on the heat press. I do about 10 seconds. Now that I'm finished, I take it and I pull it off. Now it has the heat and bond on it, and I have my other one, so I'm just gonna pull it off. I'm getting ready to add my pink and my purple to my Brother PR 655. So now my threads are set. Have both of my applique pieces. Make sure you do this before. So now we're ready for step 4. Step 4 is to prepare the shirt. I'm going to be using an 8x9 mighty hoop today. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing and all the steps to do it. So let's get started. First, you actually get your shirt. So I have my shirt. Take my shirt, fold it over. Okay, find my center, and then I'm going to now I found my center is going to be here. Now I have that line down my shirt, going back over here. So now I have my shirt. Hey! So now I have my shirt. I've already created my center line by folding it in half and pressing down the heat press. And it gives me that perfect line in the middle, so I know this is my middle. This one has 2 sides, okay? So this is the part of the mighty hoop that you slide inside of the shirt. So if it says warning, the warning goes down. So we've already created our center line. And the reason why we created center line so we know where to place our hoop. We're going to place our hoop. Let's open the shirt, slide it in. Okay. Slide it in. And now I'm going to make sure my center point is in between these 2 little metal pieces. So you should have 4 dots, 2 here, 2 here. I'm going to make sure the line is in the middle of those 2 metal pieces. Once I do that, checking my size. So make sure it's about the same on each side, not too much fabric. So now you have it. Then you're going to take your mighty hoop. Make sure this time the warning sign is placed up. So the warning sign is flipped over on this portion, but the warning sign needs to be facing up. Okay, so now I'm just going to take it and snap. Still with me, still with me, still with me. Okay, so I have my shirt. I always say I want the bounce effect. If I feel like when I touch a shirt and it's caving in, it is not tight enough. So this is not really bouncing back. When I press against, it's really caving in. So I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is always make sure my sleeves, pull those sleeves out from the mighty hoop, because it does sometimes shift the design, and you want to make sure everything's even. So I have that. We're going to pull it just a little bit. Okay. Pull on the other side. Just want it to be tight. So now I have that bounce effect. It doesn't cave in. Step 5, I have mine. I'm gonna thread the machine. So I always put my hand here. Make sure it's on each side. Okay. Make sure it's locked. Make sure it's locked. So now that it's in, my next step is to put the stabilizer. I have my shirt. You see there's no stabilizer in there yet. So I'm gonna add my stabilizer. I float it. So now that I have it, take it and I'm gonna put it between the arm, the embroidery arm, and the garment. I'm just gonna lift this up, and it's not gonna break if you lift it up. Just lift it up and stick it in there. So now I have my stabilizer inside. Stabilizer's inside. Now I'll put the shirt back down. Now I go in and check again, make sure everything's okay. So now I insert my jump drives. Wait a couple of seconds after you put it in so it can upload the design. So that. So I'm looking for the bunny. There is my bunny design. So I'm gonna press the bunny. Okay, I'm gonna hit set. Then I'm gonna go choose, it has like thread color change. I don't need to change any colors because I'm using only purple and pink. So this hand, and I'm gonna go in and put all my stops. So every piece that I have to, all the applique pieces, I'm putting stops so that I can have the placement stitch, and then I can have the tack down stitch. I'm gonna hit end, edit end, because I'm done with that. My design is where it needs to be. I already centered it while I was in Embrilliance. So I'm gonna hit sewing. It says change threads and click start. So this design is going to take 24 minutes. I have my stabilizer and everything looks good. Just like to feel around, make sure nothing is out of place. So I have it. Now I'm gonna hit lock. And it's gonna be my first placement stitch. So we have our first placement stitch. Add my little Minky Dot fabric. Just gonna put it completely over the bunny. So get your applique piece, completely over it, or whatever size it is. So have it on top, checking the top portion, make sure it's here, okay? And then I'm gonna hit lock. And then it's gonna do the tack down stitch. That it's time to cut the applique because you have another piece. You have another part you have to do. So now I have my fabric tacked down with the tack down stitch. Now I'm going to cut the excess fabric. Now I'm going to put it on the machine. Look how cute. Oh my goodness. So this is my second placement stitch. It's telling me that it's ready. I'm going to line it up right there on top. Okay, and then I'm going to hit lock. And it's going to do the tack down stitch to keep it in place while I trim it. So cute. So we're gonna let this stitch and we're gonna see how it looks after. Oh, it's so cute already. It is all finished. Let's take it off the machine. Okay, so now I have my shirt out the machine. Oh my gosh, look at it. It's so cute. Look at that. So cute. Okay, so this is how you take off the mighty hoop. You're gonna pull here, one part of it, and then you're gonna pull here. And you're gonna pull in the opposite direction. There you have it. And you're just gonna take it, move stabilize over, and slide. Okay, so I have my design. Now I am going to take it and turn it inside out. And you're gonna have to trim the stabilizer. All done, you have to trim it. Good. So trim. Now it's time to add the cover stitch. I always use my pressing pillow. Straighten it out, make sure everything's aligned because I do not want this design to be crooked. Always press before you put the cover stitch. Just make sure it's flat because it has any wrinkles when you put the cover stitch on it. You may have some issues. So. Up, there you have it. Look how nice and wrinkle free it is because you pressed it before you bond the fabric to the shirt. So give it a nice press. And we're done. We did it. Now it's ready for packing and shipping. I'm gonna go take a picture of it. That is all for Work Your Wednesdays. I hope you enjoyed this applique tutorial and that it was very helpful. I appreciate you joining me today. Thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. You have a great day. Ciao.